All right, let's get this started. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's Cancel webinar on Trimble Connect for Trimble Access and how it facilitates communication between the field and the office. We really do appreciate that you're taking the time today to be with us to learn more about this service from Trimble. So my name is Jonathan Calvé. I'm a Quebec land surveyor working out of Montreal in Quebec. In the past, I worked for smaller surveying firms here in the province of Quebec for about 10 years or so. And then I joined Cancel about 2 years ago as a member of the professional services team. Today, I'm pleased to be joined with my esteemed colleague, Jean-Michel. If you can please introduce yourself, Jimmy.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Jean-Michel Dupe. I'm a bachelor in geomatic engineering from University Laval in beautiful Quebec City. Just celebrated my 10 years at Cancel, doing all kinds of stuff, but especially some trainings and technical support on the wide portfolio of products that we're distributing. And then, yeah, I'm pleased to be with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks for being with us. So here's how this will go. First, Jean-Michel will go over some slides with you to cover some of the basics on the Trimble Connect service. What is it? What it is? Who is it for? And how it can benefit your business in the future. After that, we'll do a quick demonstration of the workflow with Trimble Access for the TSC3 controllers or the TSC7. Sorry. And at the end, if the time permits, we'll answer some of the questions you might have during the presentation. So please send in your question using the questions panel in the GoToWebinar application. If we happen to not have enough time to cover all of your questions during this presentation, Jean-Michel and I will take them offline and take the time to answer them to you privately via email or some other way. So yes, please just allow a few days for us to come back to you about your questions. On that note, Jimmy, if you, I'll end the floor to you. Let's go ahead.
Right, thanks, Jonathan, for this nice introduction. So, as you guys might know, Trimble Connect is a wide cloud platform that Trimble put into place, and this cloud platform for basically sharing platform is used across the board at Trimble in their numerous divisions. So, you know, there's Trimble Connect can apply to the ag market, construction market, geospatial, and maybe some other ones that we don't know about. Obviously, the content of this Trimble Connect presentation is focused on the geospatial side of things. So that's, and it will be paired mostly with Trimble Access products, right? What you have to know from Trimble Connect. So as we said, it's a cloud platform. So that main thing is that the data you will have accept if you want to use this sharing platform to link the office and the field, is that your data is going to be stored in some server somewhere, right? So again, it's if your data is highly sensible, you might not want to use those platforms, but knowing that everything goes there and that we have to accept that, you know, your data might be lying on a server somewhere in the world, it still offers a lot of advantages that are not to be neglected, right? So we'll try to make this easy. So what you have to understand is Trimble Connect. When you share data with numerous colleagues, it's project based. All right. So you have to build up a project on the platform, and then to that project, you'll be able to attach some link files, so some to share with colleagues. So it could be job files, it could be reference files, it could be design files even. Because Trimble Connect is widely used in the BIM world to share designs across and all that stuff. But we won't get there. But essentially, it's project based and it's used to share data. Obviously, you can even view and some of the data, some type of data from the cloud directly from a web browser. You'll be able to organize your data into, as I said, project and folders and all that stuff, and you'll be able to collaborate with colleagues. So in its whole extent, that Trimble Connect platform could be a way to replace like other solutions to collaborate with colleagues. So you can essentially share a design, and then some other people can comment on it. So it can go to that extent, right? So it could integrate easily with some office softwares like Tekla, SketchUp, Revit, obviously AutoCAD, and Trimble Business Center. As we said, our focus today will be on the stuff that we're most comfortable with. So it's most likely going to be AutoCAD and Trimble Business Center for the surveying work. And then you can use several devices to connect to Trimble Connect. So you could use your desktop computer if you're in the office. The field collectors are going to be used, but you could also use your smartphone or a tablet at home to connect to the platform and look at the project data and maybe do some organization there. All right. So Trimble Connect all starts online on the web at the following link. So if you're not still on board and you want to start, it will that's where you're going to start registering and creating yourself an account, and that the registering process is free. All right. So keep that in mind. If at the end of the presentation you're still interested and then you want to go ahead with that, then your first step will be to head to the connect.trimble.com and then create yourself an account, and then your journey will start there. All right. So in a few slides, here's what Trimble Connect's about. So those slides are mostly it's from a web browser, right? So you're heading to the web browser, and then you'll be able to see your project. So in this picture, you see that you're in the Riverview project. Then you'll be able to see the different folders and then the data that's in it. You'll be able to manage who's part of that project, right? So again, it's project based. So for each project, you'll have to determine who can play around and exchange, grab the data, and who can edit the data and who cannot. So you'll be able to do that from, again, the web browser, manage your team. And as we said, you could review some designs directly from the platform. So you don't need Tekla, you don't need Revit, you don't need any software. You could be on your iPad, go to Trimble Connect, and simply see that design that somebody shared with you, right? So that's the whole concept, that the Trimble Connect, yes, it's a tool to exchange data from the office to the field, but it's also a tool to visualize data and to share comments or across the board. All right. So as I said, once the first time you'll add to that website, to the connect.trimble.com, and then start register. So you'll have to create a Trimble ID. Again, this is all free. So once you create a Trimble ID, you'll be able to create what we call a Trimble Connect personal account. And this is totally free. This is totally free. So you'll be limited to one project, and then you'll be limited on a 10 gigabyte of storage, and then you'll be limited to 5 collaborators. But that being said, that means anybody will be able to add online and then share some data from that project, as long as you respect those conditions, and this will be totally free. All right. If you want to extend that and have a larger scope and then be able to manage several projects, then you'll need a business account, what we call a Trimble Connect business account. And then this business account comes free, or comes with your Trimble Access license that comes when you buy a data collector with us, or if you renew your extended warranty on your data collector. So if you have a TSC tree running Trimble Access, and then you have an extended warranty, you can automatically are eligible for a business account. And same if you bought the brand new TSC7 with Trimble Access, you have it comes with a warranty, a 1-year warranty, but when you buy it, and then by default, you'll be allowed a business account within Trimble Connect. But this must be activated somehow. So it's not when you buy something, it's automatic. You will have to contact us at Cancel to activate that business account. So this is done in the back end, right? So once you created your Trimble Connect free account, then you can just simply contact us, and then we are going to ask you your serial number of your device, and then we on our end can activate your business account, and then you'll be able to get unlimited projects, unlimited storage, and an unlimited number of collaborators. All right, so that's basically it. So as long as you get a in your in your business, as long as you have one um, uh, license or under warranty data collector, well, that data collector will be able, you'll keep your business account, all right? So, and then yeah, you don't have to renew it, like you don't have to buy specifically a business account. You can, as long as you keep your Trimble Access data collector under warranty, then you'll have access to that business account. All right, so here's a little bit of the workflow, because we know that there's several data collectors that are around. So some are still using the TSC tree, some migrated to the TSC7. It's the same platform across the board. Yet the procedure or the workflow will be a little bit different. All right. We'll try to show you an example of both. And then this is a sensible part of the demonstration where we are doing a little bit of live stuff. So that's always dangerous, but we like danger, and we'll go ahead. But basically, that's what we'll be dealing with. So if you are using a TSC tree with Trimble Access version 2017 and prior, you'll mostly be use Trimble Connect Sync on your office computer. And this is basically a window to the cloud, right? So you'll be, from the Trimble Connect Sync, you will install that application, and then that will create a folder on your computer. In that folder, you can simply drag and drop some data in that folder, and that data is going to be sent to the cloud. And then from your Trimble Access software with the Access Sync module, you'll be able to access that data. All right, so we'll show you an example right away. But then if you have a TSC7, the workflow is a little bit different. So you'll be rather using a platform that's called Trimble Sync Manager. And that Trimble Sync Manager application will run on your desktop. And that manager will let you create jobs directly from the office, and will let you import straight away jobs that were done in the field and that have been transferred to the cloud. You'll be able to open them straight up into your Trimble Business Center Office solution. So there's definitely a lot more opportunities or ways of managing your data with Trimble Sync Manager, but it has to be paired with a TSC7 or a tablet, but that's running a Trimble Access version 2018 and higher. All right. In some extent, the TSC7 could also use Trimble Connect Sync, but again, let's not try to complicate things too much. So we'll see them as two separate workflows, right? So if you have a TSC tree, you'll be mostly using Trimble Connect Sync. If you have a TSC7 running Trimble Access 2018 and up, you'll probably be using Trimble Sync Manager more. And if you have kind of a hybrid fleet, then you'll have to take some decisions. Either you'll manage them separately, or you might be reverting to Trimble Connect Sync to be able to manage both devices with the same desktop app. All right, but just if you're asking questions, so you can always ask us, and we'll figure it out with you. All right. So let's jump right into it. So as we said, the first step is to head to the with your web browser to the Trimble Connect site. So that's what we'll do right away. So I'm going to jump to the Trimble Connect website. So once I'm logged in, you will end up on your project page where you'll see your different projects. You can create projects right from the web, right? So that's most of the time, especially if you're using the TSC tree. So we'll start with the workflow of the TSC tree. So your first step will be to create a project in your web browser on the Trimble Connect site. So in that project, I'll use this project here, the Trimble Sync demo for today. So once you add up to that project, you'll see the data that's in that project already. So you can add data directly from a website. So again, if you have on whatever computer you are, you can just simply, if you have your credentials, you can head up to the web browser, log to your Trimble Connect account, and you'll be able to add some data to any projects wherever you are. You don't necessarily need the desktop app, right? You'll be able to manage your team. So in this case, I added my colleague to this team, and he'll be having full control over whatever data that's in it. So there's different level of access. You can set people to admin, you can set people to users, and that will determine if they're able to edit or add more data to the project, right? So in this case, everybody's an admin. So that, again, that's what I said. For the TSC tree, that will be the first step, is to head to your web browser and create yourself a project and determine who will have access to that project. So you don't even have to manage the data at this point, but that could also be nice. As I said, if you explore the data, you can actually already view. So if I see that there's a DXF in this project, and I would like to see what it looks like. So from the platform, I can already go to a 3D viewer, and I'll be able to look at the data and see how it looks like. So it's going to load up. And remember that we are live, so if anything happens, we can blame it on that. But it normally works great. All right, so as you can see here, I'm in the right online, and then I can already see that the DXF contains some kind of a surface. There's a few line work, and then if you're familiar with field data, then you can already see that there seems to be some 3D data or data that has some elevation and some data that doesn't, that's at zero. So again, it already lets you, before even having set foot in your pickup or on the field, you can already know that this might be a problem before you even head to the field. So if this is important for you, then you can already know that, maybe you'll have to add some elevation at the design level before you head to the field to get like a real 3D model. But this is just an example of what you can do from the web. All right, so let's jump back to our main Trimble Connect project. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that the two applications I talked about, so Trimble Connect Sync and Trimble Sync Manager, are available from here if you click on the little application button. Right, so if you click on this, you'll have the application page where you'll be able to download your Trimble Connect Sync application, and you'll be able to download the latest version of Trimble Sync Manager right from the website. All right. So, as I said, when you're going to use the TSC tree, we'll likely use the Trimble Connect Sync. So it's on my computer, so I will jump right into it. So the Trimble Connect Sync is what you see here. So the application is installed on my laptop, right? And when I open it, I can already see the series of projects that's been shared with me. And then from there, you can decide if you want to synchronize data, and you can also configure the scheduling or schedule the synchronization phase of things. So in this case, this project is set to synchronize every 15 minutes. And as I said, this is only the configuration panel. Most of this thing that will happen with Trimble Connect Sync will simply happen in a folder. So when you install that application on your computer, it will create a new folder into your into your tree, a folder tree, and then from there you can simply access, well, obviously with your username. You can look at your different projects that's been synchronized with you. So if I double click on my projects, then I see all the projects that I'm part of that have been allowed access to. And remember, we were interested in the Trimble Sync demo project. So if I double click on it, I can see that the data that I saw online, I can see that it's synchronized also on my computer. And if I want to add any more data to it, I can simply drag and drop or copy paste it from anywhere on my computer. I can just simply come here and then paste the data that I want to upload to my data collector. So it's easy as this. So you can do a shortcut to your desktop, and then when you need to add data to the cloud, you just simply click on your shortcut, come here, grab the data, and put it in the proper projects. And depending of the synchronization schedule that you've established here, it's going to be sent to the cloud. You can also manually synchronize. So if you want things to go faster, you add some new data, you simply press sync here on your app button, and then it's going to automatically synchronize to the cloud. So let's see what happens when I connect to my data collector. So I'm going to simply connect remotely to my data collector. And again, remember that this is live, so we like to play dangerous. So remote connection to my TSC tree. I'll open up Trimble Access. So if you're familiar with Trimble Access, you know that when you click on the bar at the top, you'll be playing with your users. So in this case, we don't want to be using the offline mode. We'll use the Trimble Connect mode. And then I'll use the credentials of my colleague. So because he's on his TSC tree in the office and he's part of my project. So I'm going to connect to it. And then he's going to ask me on which projects I want to work on. So in this case, he's loading the project list. So I'll be using my Trimble Sync demo project. So I could use another project if I have to work on another project. And then once that's done, I'll be able to go to Access Sync and synchronize the project. So in this case, Trimble Sync demo, I can click on this, and then it's going to go online and look at what's there. And as you see, it found two files. And then if you click on it, it should tell you which file that it just downloaded. So it downloaded the DXF, it downloaded the points. And then anything that you do in your data collector that's inside that folder will be, as long as this is checked, it's going to be reported back to the office. So if I go back to my folder here, when it's going to be synchronized from the office, I could start seeing like the job and the exports that are coming right back in here once it's synchronized. Okay, so that's basically it for the TSC tree. That's how it works. So you have a folder on your desktop. You just put data in it, and then you go to Trimble Access. Make sure that you connect to your Trimble Connect account, and then check or uncheck whatever projects you're working on. Right? So that's about it. So I'll release the connection. So I'll put that away. And then we're going to look at the TSC7 workflow. So remember, TSC7 is a bit more different. We're going to use Trimble Sync Manager, and we're going to use the Trimble Access version 2018 and plus. So in this case, all starts in the Trimble Sync Manager. So as you see, it's a different program. It's Trimble Sync Manager. It's a little bit alike, right? But it's similar in a lot of ways. So again, if you go back to the project layer, you can see the different projects that are part of your account. So we're going to concentrate on the Trimble Sync demo. So you can head to the properties of your project. So you can already, again, decide straight from this app. So again, remember the Trimble Sync Manager offers a little bit more configuration options. So you can manage your team, and you can also manage the details of your job right from the Trimble Sync Manager app. So basically, you'll configure the different reports that you might be using for this project. You're gonna decide who is able to contribute to this project, and then from there, you can simply create a new project. So I can create a job, and then you see that you can already, for example, uh, choose the coordinate system for this job, so you have a lot more control. So basically somebody sitting at the office could configure everything for the field, and the office people simply have to open up that job and then go right away with it. They don't have to do any configuration or anything. It was all done at the office. So, and then you see that the project files, so I could add some job files or some project files. So obviously the job files are only for that job, and the project files might be used for anything else, right? So if I create this job, so job 02, so, and then I'm gonna synchronize this. I could add up to, this time, my Trimble TSC7 right here. And then, when you're in your TSC7, you see that you have the little Trimble Connect icon. So make sure that you're connected to it. So again, you're going to use whatever credentials you have for Trimble Connect. And then you can refresh to see what's on the cloud. And then as you see, I refresh the screen, and then I already see that for my project Trimble Sync Demo, you can see here the available jobs, and then you can see job 02 that just appeared because it just got synchronized. So I can open my project, and then you see that job 02 is kind of grayed out, and then it has a little cloud next to it. So that means that you have to download it. So if you want to download it, you simply press the little button, three dots here, you download it, and then you'll be able to download the job and all the files that come with it. And then when you click on that job, you can open the job, and then you can work on that job, right? So that's basically it. And then once you're done, I can key in a node, or I can key in the point maybe, right, with some random coordinate, and then I can go back to my job level, and then I can say that this is done, so I can upload it back to the cloud, right? So I just by simply using those, I can download and upload whatever, and then this will be made available back in my Trimble Sync Manager. Okay, and from the Trimble Sync Manager, you see that I can click on that job, and then I'll be able to download that job and create some reports right away. So this removes the need for field crews to export like 500 types of reports or whatever. The Trimble Sync Manager takes care of all that. So you basically just synchronize the job file, and then everything else will be able to be synchronized or generated from the Trimble Sync Manager. You can also, in this case, you can open it from this panel. You can already reopen it in Trimble Business Center right away. In this case, I think it's not finished synchronizing. But anyways, so that's the whole concept. So I see the time is flying, so I want to open up the thing to questions. So I know it was fast, but it's kind of a little complex. So I hope you had a little small taste of what is possible to do with that. And remember that the integration with Trimble Business Center, if you're users, is very easy, straight up from the Trimble Sync Manager.
Excellent. Excellent.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we're almost past our time here. Guys, I don't see any questions in the chat window. If you happen to have any questions in the near future, don't hesitate to contact us, either using that question panel here in GoToWebinar, or if you can please go to the next slide, Jimmy. You'll
sure.
see our email addresses. Contact us directly, and we'll talk to you about any topics that you would like to discuss with us. That was extremely interesting. So yes, it's been 30 minutes now. So this will conclude this cancel webinar on Trimble Connect and Trimble Access. Hopefully you found it interesting, and you'd see or Jimmy showed you the potential of the service. Make sure to stay with us, to stay connected to our social channel, to know when is the next cancel webinar. And thanks for attending. Thanks for being with us today, and stay safe, everyone. Thank you, Jimmy.